Sometimes when I'm giving a career talk with people, I draw what looks like a mountain range, and I ask the students, what is this? And they'll say, oh, shark's teeth, mountain range. And I say, well, it's my career if you go by my titles.
Talk a little bit about your early childhood, your education, and where you left off to start a family and then go back to school.
Sure.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
So, I actually had a really good childhood, but I have to tell you, I was a rebel.
Well, that sort of comes through a little bit.
Could you tell?
Yeah.
When they do those, when you get a certain level in an organization, they send you off for those personality tests. And at one point they told me that my tests came back that there about 4% of the population has this as a primary personality trait, and I have it. It's when somebody tells you to do something, you're going to do the opposite, and that's not a good thing in the corporate world in many cases.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when I was young, I really I had to find my own path on my own, and so that meant that even though my parents both went to college and wanted me to go to college, I was not going to college, and I joined a band, and I played with this band that traveled around the country. I just remember how it was a really hard life, and I think I was burnt out from all the school back to back, and I just said, wait a minute, what's really important in my life? And I realized, well, it's my family, really, at the end of the day, but I love working. So it's not that I don't want to work, but I need a job that will allow me more of a life. It's early in my career, I had made a decision that I was going to choose jobs based on the ability for personal growth. Weirdly enough, I wrote my mission statement as to continuously improve myself in the things I touch. And then it seemed like all along the way, my job was like vice president continuous improvement. And then it would just be bounce around and then continuous improvement. So I go through all the first steps, and I end up then, he says, okay, they're going to fly me out to Omaha. I'm going to meet with Jim Young, chairman and CEO, who's now deceased, but is a legend at Union Pacific. People here still revere him. And I met him, and I interviewed with him for 1 hour, and I called my husband from the airport, and I said, I want to work for this man. It was just like that.
What was it about? What was? I mean, that's pretty unusual.
I know. His integrity and his leadership skills and his authenticity, and the way that he clearly cared about the employees and cared about wanting to do the right thing. All these other places I'd ever worked in, these are good companies. Nobody had ever in this degree come up to me in the first week. So many people came up to me and said, you are going to love working here. We love it here. You're going to love your job. This is the best place to work. And that is also directly aligned with the fact that people are really proud to be Union Pacific employees. And you don't only just hear them say that and see it, but it also comes in all of our surveys. I think it's one of the highest scoring questions is that I am proud to work for Union Pacific. And we did that throughout the whole system. And after 4 years, we looked at operating results. And we found that there was a strong correlation between how the score, and remember, these people are secret. Nobody knows who they are, and they change all the time. So, but we could run a statistical correlation between operating results and UPWA engagement.
Mhm.
And so the higher their buy-in and deployment of UPWA, the better their operating results.
Wow.
And it's been game changing. And I think you have to find
Yes.
how you can find your
Mhm.
place. And what I ended up using was humor and just always kind of messing around, like just joking around and trying to,
Mhm.
just kind of,
Yeah.
and that was effective for me. And I think it also kept at bay some of the other bad things that come from just being the only woman. You have to find your own voice. So what is good for one person may not be good for another person, because I think authenticity goes a very long way. And so I really believe in finding maybe what your niche is, or what your inroads, what is the best way for you, because you want to be authentic. I think my legacy both in the continuous improvement world and then more of a microcosm in the supply chain department has been engaging employees. And if you take a walk around this floor, which is the supply chain floor, you'll see that there are pictures of employees everywhere. We're celebrating their successes, and they're self-directed, and people are empowered to make decisions, and I feel like the team that we have here in supply chain is high performing, and it's evidenced in the results.